Over the last few months, we've been turning my old storage loft into my dream library craft room. And while it's come such a long way, one of the last things we need to do is to work on Tilly's hidey hole. I think you need some cute little doors. Do you have some cute little doors for your hidey hole? Where you can lay in here and look out your doors and windows and watch all the birdies? So here's the plan. We are actually going to be building a window seat for this window that kind of pops out a little bit, and it'll give Tilly a ledge to lay on, but also to walk on, so she'll be able to access her hidey hole. And then do you see these little knobs right here? Those little knobs are what are going to flip up and hold her different doors in place. And the idea is we're actually going to be building different doors for different seasons. Let's do it. So we're designing the little Tilly hidey holes, and I know for sure I want one for the holidays that's gonna kind of be like a gingerbread house. So this is gonna be our little gingerbread house cutout with our 3 windows. I think the main one that I really want to keep up like most of the year is like a Hobbit hole. So this is going to be like our Hobbit hole door. And basically the goal right now, before we go back to Nashville tomorrow, while we're still in Dad's workshop, we're going to be cutting out everything that we need to do with all the power tools. So we're going to be cutting out all the holes, and I'll be painting on everything and adding the decorations later. But lastly, I knew I really wanted to make one for like fall, Halloween, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was asking y'all what to do, and a few of you said we should make the door shaped like a pumpkin. And my mom was like, I have this pumpkin. Do you want to see if you can turn it into a door? But we don't know what this is made out of. She just got it at like the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna drill into the back of this, and we're gonna see if this is just made out of wood. If it's made out of wood, I think we're gonna cut out these little ribs in the middle and make this like the opening for Tilly's door. I think that's big enough. She gets through tiny holes all the time. And then I'll be able to put this on the front of her hidey hole and maybe make it look like it's sitting in like a pumpkin patch or something. So we're definitely gonna end up with a lot more than 3 of these doors, but 3 felt like a really, really good place to start. So before I left Dad's workshop last time, we went ahead and built her winter door, which is going to be a gingerbread house. We built the door that's going to be kind of like in between seasons, or just like the general year-round door, which is going to be the Hobbit hole. And we built the one that we're probably going to start on first in this video, which is her fall door, which is literally her going through a pumpkin. And this was y'all's idea because I knew immediately I wanted to do the gingerbread house. I knew that I wanted to do the Hobbit hole door, but I had no idea what I wanted to do for fall. I knew that I wanted to do something more fall themed rather than Halloween themed, because we're like already almost to Halloween. Halloween is like in a week and a half from when I'm filming this, and so I wanted this to be something that I could have up after Halloween into November, but before I put on her gingerbread door. And so I posted a short about it asking what kind of fall themed door y'all thought I should do, and so many of you said I should do a pumpkin. So here is the idea for the pumpkin door. I'm thinking about trying to make it some sort of a fall scene, but the thing is I'm not a painter. I am not a painter, y'all. I want to be. The amount of paint that I found and paintbrushes I found while starting to organize my craft room, I definitely have aspirations of learning how to paint, but it is definitely not my strong suit right now. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking I can do almost like a pumpkin patch scene. Picture kind of like rolling hills in the background with like little pumpkins painted all over it. Maybe a couple trees arching up. And then I'm thinking underneath here we have like a bed of leaves. And then this is of course our primary pumpkin, the pumpkin that is going to be the center of attention. I still can't believe that this pumpkin worked, y'all. This was literally a pumpkin that my mom had from the Dollar Tree, and it was made out of MDF, which is great. It's really easy to work with. And so we just took the jigsaw, cut out the center of the pumpkin, sanded it a little bit, and now we have a perfect little pumpkin door. So I think it is time for me to dive in. I think I'll probably start with the sky and the base of like the hills, and we'll see if we can make a little pumpkin patch door. You know, I always tell myself to trust the process. And right now I'm not trusting the process. But I think also at some point I have to acknowledge that like I'm not a painter and that's okay. I'm not a painter and that's okay. Painting is something that I want to get better at. It's something I've started to slowly share like in my Instagram stories. I've been like testing my hand at it. But I'm not a painter and that's okay. I think so many of us who do one craft for a very, very, very long time, we jump into another craft expecting to just be able to do that craft. But painting is a very, very, very intense craft that takes years, if not decades, to actually perfect. So I am not going to judge my pumpkin patch too harshly. Please, y'all, also do not judge my pumpkin patch too harshly. I think it turned out adorable. Even if it's not exactly what I wanted it to look like, I think it's still really cute. Okay, let me show you my pumpkin patch. Here it is, my pumpkin patch right at sunset. I think it's really, really cute. I maybe should have done it during the daytime. Maybe the sunset is what made it so difficult, but I don't know. I think it's cute. We got a bunch of pumpkins. I tried to get some perspective in here with some depth of the pumpkins getting like smaller as it went back. I didn't directly mimic any like one painting, but I looked on Pinterest for like a bunch of different like inspiration and went through a bunch of inspiration photos. I do have a Pinterest board linked below of all the photos that I looked at while trying to paint this pumpkin patch. It's not my best work, but I think it's really cute. And even though this was a lot of fun, I am glad that my next two Tilly doors, I don't have to like paint a scene, you know, like I am just going to be basically painting a background. We're gonna do the gingerbread house and we're gonna do the Hobbit hole. Now I'm pretty sure for my gingerbread house, the entire house is going to be the same color because it's all going to be made of gingerbread, right? Okay, what color exactly is gingerbread? Kind of just like brown, but maybe a little bit of red mixed in. There we go. Okay, that's starting to look more like a gingerbread color. That's beautiful. All right, we're just gonna do some magic. I'm gonna go bam, and it's painted. This is gonna be so cute. I'm so excited for our gingerbread house. It needs to like really, really dry before we decide what we're doing next. I think I'm gonna do the details in like a mix of puff paint and acrylic markers. So this has to be like completely dry before I do anything else. I'm also thinking about maybe making like little candy out of like polymer clay and like gluing it on, maybe doing like candy canes around the windows or candy canes like right here. I don't know, but we're gonna set this to the side and we're gonna start painting our Hobbit hole. So I'm thinking for our Hobbit hole, we are going to just like paint all of like the basic colors, and then I'm definitely going to be doing some sort of add-ons. I think Tilly would leave it alone if I just put moss up here, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm still debating about how I want to do like the grass on top of the Hobbit hill. I might make the like wooden beams out of actually like a polymer clay, or maybe like sculpt it out of a foam or something. So I don't really need to paint this whole thing, but I'm gonna paint the whole thing. I'm gonna paint the whole thing, make it just generally look like a Hobbit door, but then we're definitely gonna put things on top of it, whether that's real wood, real moss, or things made out of clay. I honestly don't know yet. Maybe we'll even like crochet some like greenery for the top. I'm not sure, but we're gonna just paint this to the best of my abilities to make it look like a Hobbit door. I'm so glad that I decided to do the entire like base color. I think it's gonna make it so much easier as I move into the next steps. Obviously I have to let it all like really dry before I can put any clay on top of it. I'm thinking about doing little twig things in the windows, like maybe one this way, one this way. I don't know if I have any twigs. I might have to go look for some twigs tomorrow. And then I'm thinking around the door right here, I think I'm gonna actually do the individual bricks. I think I'm going to make all of the individual bricks and glue them all down individually around the door, just like Hobbit holes normally look. And I really want to have the wooden posts all also be like popped up in wood. And so I'm thinking about either doing maybe like a cardboard, but that might be kind of hard, or actually doing polymer clay and just making it fit perfectly and then baking it and then gluing them on. That might be the best way to get the best texture. I thought about using like a cosplayer foam, but honestly, I just haven't worked with anything like that before. So I don't know if that would work better or not. I'm also not 100% sold on the yellow. I know that a lot of our iconic Hobbit houses are yellow, I don't know if I'm sold on the yellow. I think I might be once I get the rest of the details. So I think we're gonna have some potted plants here and here, also made out of clay, kind of popping out. And then I think, speaking of plants, I'm gonna have some vines maybe coming down like out of our hillside. So I don't know, you're not gonna have as much bam like yellow as there is right now, because right now there's a lot of yellow. Not that I don't like yellow, but it's like a lot of yellow. I don't know what other color I would do though. Green would like blend in too much, brown would blend in too much. I could maybe do a blue. I just don't think that would look good with our background. I think the green looks good with the rest of my cabinets and stuff, because we have like yellow and purple are complementary colors. Yellow and green go good together. I think this is good. I think this is good. This might be where I end tonight though, because I really need both of my doors to fully dry before I can do anything else to them. Oh my gosh, wait, this is so cute. I just put on our first Tilly hole cover. Okay, it like looks really good on there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It was so exciting to walk into the craft room and see the little pumpkin hidey hole over there, because for the last like month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't even know how long we've had this set up. For the last few weeks that we've had everything set up, that has just had like a blank hole back there, or I've had like one of the door fronts on it, but it's just been the white primer. Seeing one that's like painted and themed to the season is just like so exciting. I'm so excited to keep making these Tilly hidey holes for every season and just different themes maybe, because like the Hobbit hole one that I'm gonna start working on again right now, this isn't exactly a season. I guess maybe it could be like spring. I just love Lord of the Rings and I wish I was a Hobbit, so I feel like she has to have a little Hobbit hidey hole. I'm nervous and excited about starting to work with the polymer clay on here. I have just started getting back into polymer clay. I made these little pumpkins recently, and oh my gosh, y'all, okay, Josh and I were at the mall a few days ago, and someone was like, oh my gosh, I love your earrings, and I was like, thank you, and I forgot I was wearing the earrings that I made, and Josh chimes in, and he was like, oh, she just made those like yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, I did make those yesterday, and then I was like showing them the earrings and talking about polymer clay, and it was like so exciting, and I was like, this is so fun. For one, I love whenever you wear things that like you've made in public and then people talk to you about them. But I don't know, also I'm just really excited about the idea of doing more polymer clay stuff. I just kind of feel like the possibilities are endless. So today we're definitely gonna be trying something that I've never done before, which is combining polymer clay with something else. So here's the idea. I know I want to make the bricks for around the door, because most Hobbit hole doors have like bricks around them. And then here, here, and here, I want it to look like wooden beams. I don't think I have enough brown polymer clay to go around the entire thing, because like usually whenever you buy polymer clay kits, it's in these like tiny packages. That would be a lot. So what I'm thinking is, I can mix colors. I'm thinking I can mix like oranges and maybe some browns. Do I have any browns? What color is mixed together to make brown? We might be doing some color theory stuff, mixing maybe reds, black, maybe yellow. I think I can mix things together to make these like wooden beams. I thought about doing like the layer of aluminum foil and then covering it, but I think that would make it pop out too much. So I think I want them to be like really almost like flat to the board, but give it some texture beams. I think I can do this. And then I'll have to transfer them from being on here to being on my baking sheet. And then my baking sheet, I can bake them. And then once they're fully baked, I will put them back on the front and glue them all down. So I'm thinking we make our bricks, we make our beams, and then I think I'm gonna crochet the grass for the top of the hill. Maybe, we'll see how it goes. I did not think this through, you guys. Okay, so it looks awesome, I think at least. It's looking really good. But here's the problem. The clay is completely stuck. There's no peeling this off. It is completely stuck. So, allegedly, Allegedly, you can cure polymer clay with a hairdryer. So, got a hairdryer. I don't know if it's gonna make fumes or not, but like, just in case, got my PPE. I'm gonna hit this with a hairdryer and see if I can cure it just against the wood. I'm assuming some of the little bricks are still gonna like pop off. If they do, I'll just glue them back on. I didn't think this through. This was not the move. It's gonna look good though. Don't try the hairdryer. It's gonna take like 10 million years. Okay, new plan. I'm gonna try to like slowly scrape this off. I've been working on this one. Oh gosh. We're gonna try to bake it after all. Wish me luck. I'm cracking up at myself because I just realized how I should have done this all along. I should have done it through the parchment paper. Like this would have been so much easier than putting it on the wood first, scraping it off, and then putting it on here. I was like laying it out on the baking tray, trying to figure out how do I make sure it's all gonna fit perfectly? Like how do I make sure the circle is perfect and that arch is perfect because this is still really wiggly. And I was like, oh, I can just sit it on top. It's see-through enough. Make it line up before I go bake it. Like this is so much better. Oh my gosh. I could have just done it like this from the get-go. I'm so glad I decided to bake them. Okay, I feel like they shrunk a little bit. I feel like this one shrunk a lot. That's okay. We'll cover that up with like some pebbles or moss or something. But overarchingly, that looks really good. Let's try the ring. I'm really nervous about this. Okay. I purposefully left it disconnected in a few places because I wanted to be able to like adjust it if we needed to. Okay. Wait, I actually think this is gonna maybe work. Is this gonna be so cute? I just glued it on. I'm so excited about how it's looking. We obviously have this part here that's messed up, but that's okay. We're gonna cover that with some greenery. And speaking of greenery, let's check the wall for some moss yarn. This is definitely my mossiest of moss yarns. I'm really not sure how to do this. I don't know if I should go back and forth or if I should make like a bunch of little like circles. I also do just have regular moss. I just worry that Tilly's gonna like chew on it, and she's been around so much of my yarn without touching it. Like she never touches the yarn wall at all. I don't think she's gonna like pull on the yarn if there's yarn on here. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong about all of this. Wow, I forgot how horrible this yarn is to crochet with, and I'm about to do a moss sweater this fall as well. I actually just ordered some more moss yarns to work on my moss sweater. Oh, this is gonna be horrible doing a whole sweater out of moss. Ah! Tilly, are you trying out your little hobbit hole for the first time? Is that a waggy tail? You look so cute. Wow, what do you think? What do you think, baby? Do you like it? You're so cute. Okay, can you get out or do you need help? Good job. It's gonna be easier once we get your little window seat here. Be able to go in there whenever you want. Okay, can you get out? I'm a little worried that you can't. You're so cute. Can you get out? Or do you need help? Here, I'll help you. You're gonna have a window seat eventually to go to. Can you try coming over here? Can you reach it? I can help you though. Okay. Come on to mommy's back. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. Good job. Good job, baby. I'm actually kind of sad for this video. We only have the one Tilly hole left. Y'all, the gingerbread house. I'm kind of thinking that I'm just gonna use puff paint on this and make like candies and swirls and things like that. I originally really wanted to make like stained glass that looked like peppermints in here, but Tilly really loves looking out of the windows, so I don't think I want to block the windows. But I'm thinking maybe I can do like peppermint around each one of these windows, maybe a couple candy canes here, maybe some snow on like the roof. I think that could be really cute, right? Let's try it. I'm so excited to be doing this today too, because it kind of feels like the first day that I've been starting to get excited about winter. Like, I am such a winter and fall girly, and y'all, it has still been in the 80s. It has still literally been so hot here until today. Today, it finally is cold in Nashville, Tennessee, and we got to turn on our heat for the first time this year. Like, we have literally still been using our air conditioning until today. So that was definitely nice, and it's definitely gotten me in the mood for winter and for fall, and I'm just so excited. Wait, that's gonna be so cute. This is kind of hard to navigate. I need to like almost have it sitting up in my lap. How can I do this? I need to make it look like the icing snow is like dripping off, maybe, and then I'll go back in and fill in all of the snow on the roof. To do this without letting it actually drip off all over everything. I think if I go back and forth in these like big squiggles, it'll actually make it look like icing. This is gonna take forever to dry. I don't know if you guys have worked with puff paint, but puff paint literally takes so long to dry. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cute. Okay, what if we turn these two beams into maybe like candy canes? And then maybe out here we make like a snowman or something? I don't know yet. I don't know if I have enough white puffy paint. I hope so. Oh, I should have done green and red stripes. That would have worked. That would have saved me some of my white puffy paint. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. I could do a snowman and I could do a tree if I have enough white puffy paint. I feel like I'm at such a weird place right now with my gingerbread house because I love what I have so far, but it definitely needs more. But I feel like if I add more right now, I'm gonna do something that I regret. So I think for this video, this is where we're gonna leave the gingerbread house, but I definitely need your advice on what to do for the windows. I was talking about doing like the peppermint stripes around them, but I don't know if that's gonna look right. Is that too much peppermint? Is that the right amount of peppermint? I thought about maybe trying to make the top one like a wreath, but should I make that out of actual greenery or should it be paint? Like, I don't know what to do. Should I add gumdrops to the top of the roof on top of the snow? So let me know in the comments what you think we should do with a gingerbread house. Because we still have a few weeks, maybe even like a month before I'm actually gonna start using this one. So we have some time. So in the meantime, I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna listen to your comments and we're gonna figure out what to do, especially with these windows, maybe even with our little porch. Maybe we could do something on the porch. I just didn't want to put paint directly on the porch because that is where Tilly is going to be stepping in and out. So whatever we do, it just has to be very like sturdy and nothing that's going to be like a risk to her. I don't want it to be something that's going to like chip off under her paws easily. I feel like it still just needs more, but I'm worried if I do just like a lot more right now, I'm gonna regret it. So let me know in the comments what else I should do to our gingerbread house, and I will end up updating y'all on shorts whenever I decide what I'm gonna do. I still can't get over how much I love the Hobbit hole, but y'all, since it's not quite the end of fall just yet, I am going to put back on our little fall pumpkin scene for the rest of the season. Does Tilly have one of my crochet hooks? So cute. Y'all, this week was so much fun. Thank you for coming on the journey with me as I made Tilly's first 3 little hidey holes. Y'all, I am so glad that my dad had the idea to do interchangeable doors. We were originally just going to do a Hobbit hole. It was just gonna be built in a Hobbit hole. But then one of y'all in the comments reminded me that whenever you have a cat, you need to make sure there aren't places that they can hide where you can't access them. So if we had just built like a built-in like cabinet door with a hole in it, she in theory could like get in there and hide and we couldn't get her out. So if there was like a tornado or a fire or anything dangerous where we needed to get her out, we couldn't. So y'all were like, you definitely need to have like a removable door. Plus it makes it easier to like clean and change out like blankets or pillows, all that kind of stuff. So whenever we were talking about having a door that could like pop on and pop off, Dad was like, well, why don't we just make multiple door fronts? And at first I thought he meant like having just like one base base and multiple different like doors. No, he meant multiple like entire bases. And I'm so glad that he thought of this, because this is so cool. It's so much fun. It's gonna be something that we can do for different seasons and different holidays and different events. And look how cute this is. Just like, look at her little Hobbit hole door. It's so adorable. You guys have to let me know in the comments which one of these first three were your favorite, and let us know which storefront we should make for Tilly next. Well friends, I think that wraps up another one of our videos. If you're new here, welcome to the Sunflower family. My name is Auna. We do new videos every single Monday. Sometimes they're crocheting or crafting or DIYs, cat videos, Renaissance festivals, thrifting, and just a little bit of everything cozy and quirky. Hope to see you in the next one.